Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dog, giving them microphone, dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Everybody out there listening to me, put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Why don't you join me? Ooh, Steve Harvey. Get 'em on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, join in with me. If you're with me, help me say, turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Yeah, turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Harvey turn them on to the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only, Steve Harvey. Got a radio show. Steve Harvey got a radio show. Yeah, man. Boy. Man, God has been good to me. I can't even I can't even put it into words, man. But I try, though. I try. God does things for me just right on time. He's so cool with it. And I happened to run across Joel Osteen on television, like I often do all the time. And I was sitting there, and he had such a timely message for me. A part of it was something that I've said oftentimes about if you really, really want to be successful, if you really, really want to change, if you really, really want to prosper, if you really, really want to achieve greatness, if you really, really want to have something in life that's worth having, if you really, really want to accomplish your goals, you got to push through all of it. He said that when you get closer to it, the more difficult it becomes. Did you hear me? He said the closer you get to what it is you want or you need or you have to have or you would love to be, it gets a little bit more difficult when you get closer. He told this story that's in the Bible that I'd never heard before. This is what he said. He said there was a man who was paralyzed, and he had heard that Jesus was speaking at a house. And so he wanted to get there, so he convinced 4 of his friends to put him on a stretcher and carry him for hours to get to this house where Jesus was speaking. He said that along the way, these friends said that they went along because he had so much faith that if he could just get to him, it could be better. That he could, if he could just get over there and he could see him, that he might have a shot at getting healed. And so he said they took out along the way and they walked and they walked and they walked for hours. And then when they got there, the house was completely filled with people. It was packed wall to wall. There was absolutely no way for the men to get him on that stretcher in to see Jesus. This is a story that Joel Osteen said is in the Bible, and we was telling it. No, I'm just repeating the parts of it I gathered. And so he said they sat there and they went, wow, man, we walked all this way and it's full and we can't get there. He said, and then the guy with the affliction told the 4 men, if you get up on the roof and cut a hole in it and lower me down, I bet I could see him then, and I bet it'll be all right. Now, he then said, you must imagine how these 4 men must have felt when you carry somebody for hours on the way they had to carry some cloth connected by a couple of sticks. Said the men's shoulders had to be bruised, had to have deep gouges in them, not cuts, but just indentations where they had carried the weight of this grown man for so many hours. And they looked at him in disbelief, like, man, what are you talking about? We done walked all this far. He said, yeah, but if you get up on that roof and you cut a hole in it and lower me down, I can see him. And when he see me, it'll be all right. After sitting there and imploring the men, they went up and did just that. And in the story that Joel Osteen said, the man was healed. But the point he was making was, he was saying that the closer you get to what it is you really want, the more difficult it's going to become. But you've got to push through. See, if you don't push through, you never know. See, you can't get right to the answer, and because it gets really difficult, start creating those little sayings that we got as people. Well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. I guess it wasn't the Lord's will. No, man, I guess you should not give up right now. I guess you should keep pressing. I guess you should do more. Because, see, in all of us, when you've had enough, I want you to know something. You do have a little bit more. In all of us, you can do one more. You know, that's one of my favorite things, and I heard Joel Osteen say it, and it kind of made me feel good. He said, I always feel like I can do one more anything. And I tell my friends all the time, I can do one more, man. I could do one more day. I can do one more anything. Now, here was the jewel that I never really knew that Joel Osteen and God sent to me. I needed to hear. He said that no matter what you're going through, no matter how long the challenge is you've been facing, God has an end date for it all. Did you hear me? No matter what you're going through, no matter what challenge you're facing, no matter what situation you've gotten yourself into, God has an ending date. All you got to do is keep pressing forward. All you got to do is hang in there. All you got to do is don't give up. All you have to do is don't turn back. There is an end date for all of it. Even when you think you've had enough. And boy, have I had this conversation with God on several things that I've been going through. And I've even told him, look, I got it, man. He said, just keep hanging on. There is an end date to whatever it is you're going through. There's an end date to your illness, your sickness, you're tired of being tired. There's an end date to this relationship that you can't seem to get through, beyond, over. That's like a cancer to you. There's an end date, but you've got to hang in there. You've got to keep pushing forward. You cannot turn around. You must not go back, because when God gets you through this and you break through to the other side, the reward and the benefit is far greater than the struggle. I oftentimes look at some of the things that God has brought me through in my worst times. And when he brought me through, I went, wow, man. Now that I understand that, now that I'm on the other side and I have the benefit of the reward for it, would you do it all again to get there? Yes, I would.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the opening of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Today, it has been decided that the show will begin this way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's morning time. Morning time.
This is prohibited, Shirley.
Morning, Shirley Strawberry.
Good morning, Steve Harvey, with your devotion. Good morning.
Always, always. Carla Farrell.
Good morning, devotion. What's happening? Amen.
Devotion. I got a story about that song. Junior.
Good morning, Uncle. Let's hear about it, man.
Nephew Tommy.
Top. It's devotion time.
Yes,
True
it is.
devotion.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Blessed are the children.
Jodeci. Got it.
What?
Nailed it. I know it. Said the same thing. I know it. Got it.
Praise the teachers that brings true love to me.
Dun it. Dun it.
That's not. I'm sorry.
High
I'm wrong.
version, Steve.
Your devotion
Oh, that's Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay.
opens all life's treasures.
Please put Junior out of his misery because he thinks it was.
Earth, Wind, and Fire versus the Isley Brothers.
Are you going to make it?
What?
On that.
I'm what?
The countdown is on, huh?
Hey, Swizz Beats called me yesterday.
What he say?
Yeah, what he said.
After the radio show. He said, King, 50 people called me. They sent me a clip. Have you seen Steve Harvey's tripping on this verses?
So excited.
He said,
about
King,
the battle.
you got to be a part of this.
Oh, yeah.
I said, I don't know, Swiss. I got to find out where it's going to be. He said, L.A. I said, I'm supposed to be somewhere else. I said, give me a couple days, man. Think about it.
So you going to redo your schedule?
Yeah.
His
For
entire
them,
He's
for them
in
two.
Africa or
Yeah.
somewhere,
You gonna make it
Carl.
work?
For them two.
Yeah.
Almost. Hey, y'all got that. What do the hosts do?
They don't really have
Don't
a
have
host
one.
all the
You be
time.
the first
I've never. Yeah, you'd be probably the
kinda-
first host.
You can
Yeah, they
handle
kind
that.
of host themselves, you know.
Oh,
they play
hell
the
no.
songs and talk
You gonna
about
bring
the
them out?
songs.
You got to be in there.
You gotta bring them out.
Yeah, they can't do that themselves.
And then you got to
yeah.
tell stories.
Ain't neither one of them great hosts.
Yeah. You got to tell stories.
I have a
and all.
feeling this is going to be the longest versus battle.
I don't know what
Steve-
time it starts, but we got at least 10 hours of hits.
It's a marathon.
Will you make it to work the next day is the question.
Hell no.
Girl.
Why would I?
All right, here we go. Coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, Ask the CLO with the Chief Love Officer, Steve Harvey, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, time now for Ask the CLO. I don't even have to ask him if he's ready because I know he is already. This one is from Deshaun in Shreveport. Deshaun says, my 30-year-old daughter...
Deshaun
has-
who? Deshaun
Said
who?
in Shreveport. Shut up.
That's
okay.
next to Texas.
Okay, I'm just asking. Which Deshaun we talking
Wow,
about?
dog.
Go ahead, Shirley. This is who now?
All right, yeah. My 30-year-old daughter is having a son by my best friend that's my age. My best friend was at the gender reveal party, so I asked him why was he there. That's when he told me it's his baby. I left, and I have not spoken to my daughter at all since that day. My brother said I can't be too upset because my daughter is grown, but I have every right to be upset at my friend. A few days ago, my friend told me he wants to marry my child. So how do I deal with all of this? Should I be supportive? Whoa.
We done
Well-
whooped his ass at the party.
Well, she 30. I'm assuming your friend 50.
And
I'm going to just go with that.
Yeah.
Minimum 50. Let's just say he 50. He at the gender reveal is his baby and he want to marry her. The thing is if your daughter wants to. Now, 30 is up there.
Yeah.
So, ain't like she a little bitty girl. So, it's up to them, and I understand you being upset. I get it. Lord knows I get it. But it's their decisions. And once they grown, they get to make their own decisions. Yeah. Ain't no need of you not speaking to her and stepping out your daughter's life over that. For why? Still your daughter.
Grandchild and your grandchild. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but how long you been looking at my daughter, though?
Looking.
You
know what I'm saying?
She's grown
She
now.
pregnant.
Yeah, I got that.
You mean
See, Tommy, I got
behind the
where
back.
you at because you got 2 young daughters, so I got it, man. And
One.
Keep that attitude. You got one. That's right, Sydney. You got one. But just keep that attitude because you're going to need it. Say that attitude. Keep that attitude right there, Tommy, because you're
All
going
that
to need
vigor.
it. Right there.
All right. Carter in New Jersey says, I'm a 29-year-old single man and I live in the home I grew up in. My dad just got divorced and he has asked me to move back in. I fixed the house up and replaced all of the furniture, and having my dad back in the house will cramp my style. My dad often reminds me that he paid off the house so I could live there and save money. How do I tell my dad he's not welcome? Whoa.
Well, wait a minute, dog. Hold on.
Whoa.
Your father gave you the house?
Sounds like it.
And
He
now
paid
you
it
telling
off.
him he can't move back in, and he told you he paid it off so you could have a house?
So he could save money, yeah.
Ungrateful.
Because it'll cramp his style, the 29-year-old son.
Well, 29-year-old, when you were saving your money, what were you saving your money for? See, your father worked his whole life and paid off you 29. He done had a 15 or a 30-year mortgage. So he been paying on that house before you was born, probably. If it's a 30-year mortgage, a 15-year mortgage, half your life. He done paid the house off. I think the honorable thing for you to do is you done put new furniture in it. Take your new-ass furniture and get yourself a new-ass apartment and let your daddy move back in the house that he spent his whole life working for. And you start working and buy your own damn house. You ungrateful ass.
That's right.
Honor that.
He
father.
cramping my style. Ain't that about
Cramp
nothing?
my style, I know.
Hey, do you know how many times you cramped your daddy's style and your
Right.
mama's style? They trying to have some quiet moments. You in there crying. Get your punk ass in your room.
Yes.
You gonna mess around and your daddy gonna talk to you like Kirk Franklin. Keep on.
But he's not welcome. That's so harsh for your father. That's so harsh.
Brother, you
Yeah.
forgot what all he did for you. Now he down on his luck, divorced, probably lost everything. And now you ain't got no heart for your father. Man, get out of here.
Yeah,
Miss
no room
Smith.
at the end. Come
Get
on.
your new stuff and kiss my old ass. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, we're moving on. Tony in Colorado Springs says, I just turned 30, and the lady I've been dating is 22 years older than I am. I'm a flight attendant, and she travels a lot, so I'm able to meet her on trips when I'm not working. But it's getting old, and I want more of a commitment. We've never been to each other's houses, so I'm starting to think she's hiding a husband or another man from me. We've been together for close to 6 months, so shouldn't I know more about her personal life?
Yeah, but you don't. And like you said, what that tell you? Now, you done had your little rollick in the fun. You done fell in love. She ain't. Now, which one is the flight attendant?
The 30-year-old. And
Man, go on somewhere. Just go. You
But
ain't
he
in
likes
love.
her. He's sprung.
He like
Steve.
her. Well, she don't like you that much.
What was that movie with George Clooney?
Tommy.
Oh, with the flight
No.
attendant.
Yeah,
Up
about
in
the
the air?
flight attendant.
Ocean's
Up in the
11.
Up in the air. No, thank you, Steve, but no, it was Up in the Air. Yeah, this similar situation happened in that movie.
He tried.
He showed up at her house.
Vegas.
Tommy
George
nailed
Clooney
it.
showed up at her house. And
Tommy
she was married, had a whole
Nailed
family.
it. Ocean's 11. Got it.
Up in the air.
Bam.
George Clooney.
Up
All
in
right,
the air.
It was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
This one's from Kenneth in Oklahoma
Bet it
City.
wasn't
He
better than Ocean's 11, though.
It was
of
good
Vegas.
though. It was the George Clooney movie was basically the same scenario. except for the age difference. Kenneth in Oklahoma City, CLO, says, I'm 47, just got divorced, and I'm trying to date, but the last lady I met was not honest about having a man. Her man called me and told me not to call her anymore, so I apologized and said, okay. I called the lady and told her that she should have been honest because I don't need any problems. Well, she had me on speakerphone, and her man heard me. He told me that I'd been warned, and now he's looking for me. To be honest, I'm a little afraid. What should I do about this crazy situation?
You should be. Your punk ass probably going to have to get out of town. Yeah. First thing you need to do is buy yourself a burner phone, and your little sissy ass needs to start thinking about moving out of town because you scared of every damn body. He told you not to call, you stupid ass call. She had you on speaker. Your sorry ass, little scary ass got to get out of town. That's all you need to do.
CLO.
Bye.
Thank you. Coming up next, Nephew Tommy's Run That Prank
You need to quit
Back.
dating, man, because you ain't got
Right
no
after
courage.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, Miss Ann is standing by with today's national news and the latest on the investigation in yesterday's shooting in Boulder, Colorado. In entertainment news, Carla has some big news from the industry magazine Radio Ink. We'll talk about all of this at the top of the hour, but right now, the nephew is here to run that prank back. What you got for us, Neff?
No hair weaves. Okay? We're not having that at the job anymore. No hair weaves. Take a listen. Let's go, cat dog.
Hello.
Hello. I'm trying to reach Risa, please. Risa.
This is she.
Hi, Risa. My name is Byron. Byron from the job. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you, Byron?
I'm good. Listen, I hate to call you after hours at your home, but there has been some new issues that will be going into effect as of tomorrow morning. And we're calling everyone, letting them know the new changes that have been issued that will take effect first thing tomorrow morning. So we're giving everyone a call, so don't be alarmed. It's just giving you a call, letting you know what the higher-ups have changed, okay?
Okay, that's no problem. I got a few minutes to listen.
Okay. As of tomorrow, what's going to happen is when you guys come in, you'll be issued a new key card, and that particular card will actually registers when you come in and go out, okay?
Okay.
All right. Second one is there will no longer be any personal internet at the job any longer. You won't be able, they're actually putting a block on all computers. All the computers will no longer be able to go to a lot of these sites that you guys go to that you've been that's been available here in the past. Okay?
Okay.
All right. The last one is Risa, do you wear a hair weave?
What?
Do you wear a hair weave or a wig?
Yes.
Okay. Well, here's one thing, and hopefully you can get this changed by tomorrow. There's no weaves or hair or wigs going to be allowed at the job site from this point on. So as of tomorrow morning, everyone must be wearing their natural hair.
You're joking.
No. These are the issues that are instated, and these are going to take effect as of tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock.
What does hair weave have to do with any of these changes? The first two I can understand. Punching in and being on the internet, yes, that's something that corporate. But hair weave and wigs, you're getting into changing people's appearance.
They're looking down upon it. Wigs and hair weaves, they have to go. So I'm assuming that if you, like you said, you do have one, I suggest
it doesn't come out very
you start
easily.
taking it down now and prepare your hair to be natural as you come into work tomorrow.
I'm not taking my hair down. I've been here 7 years, and I've dealt with all the changes that y'all have made, but there's no way that I'm taking my hair weave down. I'm sorry. What's your name, Byron?
Yes, my name is Byron, and
I'm sorry.
Let's get back to your weave. You're going to have to do something. Is there someone that you can call tonight to help you get your hair down and so you can look presentable with your natural hair tomorrow?
No, my weave costs over $200-300, and I'm not about to take that down. I mean, it takes a long time to take that down.
Okay. I mean, is this something maybe you can take it down and just wear it on the weekends? Because as of now, you're not going to be allowed to actually wear it on the property.
And how will you know if someone has a weave or not? Are you going to do head checks or something?
Okay, ma'am, I'm not quite sure what they're going to do to check it, but by you telling me that you have a weave, then I have to write it down that you have confirmed that you do, and we got to make sure that tomorrow morning you're not wearing one.
But you don't know what my natural hair looks like from my weave. You heard how much I pay for it, so it's a good weave.
Ma'am, it's not about how good, the quality of your weave or anything. They don't want it. They want natural hair. I don't know what that means, but they're going natural. They're going green. They're going natural. I don't know what it is. They're going natural, and so are you. Tomorrow morning, you need to come in with your hair completely down, okay?
I won't do it. I'm not taking my weave down.
Okay. Then
what is that? Y'all going to write me up or something?
Okay, ma'am, do you not want your job?
Yeah, I want my job, but this don't make no sense. You talking about personal appearance? I can understand y'all have a dress code and enforcing a dress code. That's one thing. But telling somebody to change their hair, you lost your mind, man. You're crazy.
Ma'am, I'm not good. I have other people that I have to call. Bottom line is, get your hair down and get your butt into work tomorrow, and let's not go back and forth anymore, okay?
Well, listen, Byron, you're a lost mind if you're thinking I'm taking my weave out. I'm not taking out at all. Risa is coming up in there with her hair, and I'm going to sit down at my desk and do my job. Y'all going to have to drag me out that some weave. You done lost your mind. You and your powers that be or whoever they may be. You tell them that I said that.
Wait a minute. Listen, are you telling me that you're coming in regardless with your hair on?
You right? That's what I just said.
Okay.
You calling me at home with this?
Then we need. Why don't you go ahead and bring some boxes in, because you may as well pack your stuff.
I'm not. You bring the.
Ma'am, I don't want to have to get your stuff and box it up, and you're losing your job because you can't take your.
You know what? You can do that, because I'm going to call the news station and tell them you dragging me out of behind some weave. Who wrong? You wrong. You wrong. You stupid behind weave.
You need to watch your language, young lady.
Why I need to watch my language? I'm at home. You call me on my own home phone on my time. I'm at my house. I'm not on your clock. I say what I want to say on my phone.
Okay. Can I say what I want on my phone, and then I'll let you go, and you can come into to work any way you want to tomorrow.
What is it, Byron? What else you got to say?
I want to tell
I'm
you
fed
this.
up.
I want to tell you that your girlfriend Jennifer at your job got me to prank phone call you. This is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
What you just said? I know you.
Hey, Risa, this is nephew Tommy, baby, from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Jennifer, your coworker, got me to prank phone call.
You got my blood pressure up. I'm gonna kill that tomorrow, and I'm gonna pull her weave out. You want to come down there and watch me drag her out of the job? I'm mad. She wrong for this. You know I got high blood pressure. You can't be doing that to me behind my weave. I pay too much money. That's some money I could be spending on my kids.
Oh, ain't nothing like a black woman and her hair. Oh, man. Okay, baby, I got one more thing to ask you, girl. What is the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
Well, after this prank, it has to be the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
And there you have it.
And you play too much.
Hey, we can't have it. Can't have no wigs, no front lace, back lace, side lace. You can't have it at the job, okay? We're changing things here, all right? I'm just bringing you the message.
Push her button.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, Carl and Shirley, we're going to send y'all a little memo and let y'all know what we doing here. By tomorrow, there's going to be a few things y'all can't do.
I'm listening.
You're not
like
my
what?
boss.
Like what, though? I'm listening. Like what?
Call and say, but like what though?
Yeah.
Come on, call and say, but like what though? Say
These
it.
are things you've made up in your head.
Yeah.
I ain't quite figured it out yet.
Exactly.
I'll let y'all know.
Exactly.
Let me talk to the
Tommy, what
fellas.
would you have these two stop doing? Since you
Can't. All right,
You
we
know
gotta
what?
go. Look at the time. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll
your
have some
scared ass
entertainment.
gonna have to move like that call we had earlier.
Huh?
No makeup for a month.
Coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment and national news right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, I got a big announcement. Drum roll, please.
Paula, you
Ladies
pregnant?
and gentlemen. No, I ain't pregnant. What is wrong with you?
Baby shower.
Drum roll? I don't know.
That ain't no damn drum roll moment.
Oh, yes, it would have been.
We got to go
That
in there
would've
and pick
been-
Tosh up off the floor. We got to get Tosh down to the hospital. Go ahead. What you got?
What I got? All right, quickly. Our girl, Shirley Strawberry, has been named one of Radio Ink's most influential women in radio. Let me say this again.
Congratulations, Shirley.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Carla, for announcing that.
Congrats, Shirley.
Yeah.
You're
Thank
welcome.
Thank you, Radio
Congrats.
Ink, too. Yeah.
Speech.
It never gets old. I appreciate them so much for recognizing it. You know, we've been doing this for a long time, and I just appreciate it because we love what we do. Every day we come in here and try to make a difference on the radio. Of course, I couldn't have done it without this great team led by the one and only Steve Harvey. We got Carla Farrell. We got nephew Tommy. We got Junior. Thank you guys so much.
But let me say this, though. This is really well deserved because I'm going to tell you something flat out. When I first got this show, when it started in Los Angeles, I was on the radio for 3 days by myself. They knew right then they needed to bring somebody in that booth other than me that could bring some type of civility to this show. I wasn't going to commercial breaks on time. I wasn't back selling, front selling. I didn't care nothing about the damn commercials. I didn't like the music we was playing. And they brought Shirley in. And when I first met Shirley, I said, wow, well, this is an attractive girl, but I don't like her because she too proper. And, you know, I wanted somebody in there like, you know, Laura Hayes or Kim Whitney or Cheryl Underwood, somebody crazy. But the people in radio knew what was missing from the show, and Shirley became an integral part of it. And for 21 years, with the exception of a 7-month span, I've never done radio on the big scale without Shirley Strawberry. Wow. The Steve Harvey that you see on radio today, a huge part of that, and I'm very serious, is because of this woman, Shirley Strawberry. I would not have made it this long. This show would not be on the air today had she not came in and stabilized it. And she taught me, and I'm very serious, she taught me a lot about radio that I did not know. And once she taught me, I was able to use my God-given gift, but she stabilized me. And Shirley has been with me through a divorce, children.
I was married when we were working together.
Man, marriage. She's watched my kids getting married, grandkids. Shirley's been there for a whole time. So anybody on this show that owes a debt of gratitude to Shirley Strawberry is Steve Harvey. Thank you, Shirley.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Cash money. Straight cash money.
That was beautiful.
You're up. Yeah.
Best voice in all of radio, bar none.
It's quivering a little bit right now after that, but
No,
thank
girl.
you for that.
Wasn't for you, it ain't no me, not in radio.
Thank you. Time now for today's headlines.
Yeah. They was going to take my black ass off the air.
You
I know they was. I know the white folks was talking about it. I know they was. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please put your hands together for the lovely, the talented Miss Ann Tripp.
Okay, and I got to follow that, right? Anyway, this is Ann Tripp with the news, and good morning, everybody. Got to get serious. There's been another mass shooting, this time in Boulder, Colorado, a supermarket there, where a gunman opened fire last night, killing 10 people, including an officer of the law, the first one to arrive to help. A motive for the shooting is unknown, but a suspect, at least, is under arrest. But that's Boulder, Colorado, a shooting, 10 people dead in a supermarket. In Washington today, gun control, by the way, is the topic in the Senate Judiciary Committee, witnesses pushing for stricter background checks and other things. In Minneapolis, prosecutors have seated another juror for the murder trial of that white ex-cop, Derek Chauvin. A 14th member of the panel was selected yesterday to hear the case against Chauvin, who's charged with second-degree and third-degree murder, as well as second-degree manslaughter for causing the death of Mr. George Floyd. However, the judge wants one more juror, a whole 15 all in all. He wants 12 regular and 3 alternates. I guess he wants to make sure the trial continues no matter what. George Floyd was seen on video held face down on the ground, handcuffed behind his back, Chauvin's knee on his neck for close to 9 minutes. Opening arguments are set for this coming Monday. President Biden is dispatching a team to Mexico and Guatemala to help find a solution to the current crisis at the southern border. Authorities say a number of Central American migrants fleeing their countries and seeking entry into this one is soaring, with the most immediate concern finding adequate space to hold the thousands of unaccompanied youngsters. Vice President Harris says that, for one thing, minors need to be relocated from the custody of Immigration and Enforcement to Health and Human Services. The U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to reconsider the death penalty given to Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, the Boston Marathon bomber. Last year, an appeals court threw out Tsarnaev's death sentence. Tsarnaev was convicted of carrying out the bombing with his older brother, Tamerlan. Tamerlan, though, was killed during the police pursuit. 4 people were killed and all. Hundreds were injured, including some who lost limbs or who were otherwise disfigured, those people who were taking part in the marathon that day. Tsarnaev's lawyers contend that he doesn't deserve the death penalty because he was only doing what his big brother told him to do, and that he was afraid of him. Defense attorneys say they were not allowed to tell the jury that Tamerlan was previously involved in a triple murder. Finally, sad news. The Los Angeles Lakers Association announcing the passing of the legendary Elgin Baylor, Lakers 11-time NBA All-Star and Hall of Famer.
Game of the World Championship. Elgin Baylor got 59.
Elgin Baylor scored an unheard of 61 points during Game 5 of the NBA Finals against the Celtics in 1962. By the way, he was 86 years old. Now back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, yesterday, here we go again. A man in Boulder, Colorado, walked into a grocery store and just started shooting. Some people were there to get their COVID vaccinations, and this is just such a sad story because you can tell this country is opening back up, and just here we go again, starting off with mass shootings. Multiple people were killed, including a police officer. I don't know what to do. I mean, every time this happens, we talk about changing the gun laws. Nothing ever gets done. We definitely need stricter federal gun laws. We need them now. We need to expand background checks on gun sales. Now, remember last week, the gunman in the spa killings, that mass shooting in Atlanta, he purchased his gun on the very same day. I mean, when is it going to stop?
We will never change this in this country because the NRA makes too much money selling weapons. Mm-hmm. They will not stop selling the weapons because they are not going to reduce their profit line to create safety in this country.
Peace. Mm-hmm.
Until something happens to their children and their family members, they see no reason to stop the profits. And you owe all of this to that amendment in the Constitution that says we have the right to bear arms. Mm-hmm. And these people in the Republican Party are committed to that. And they have to be committed to it because the number one supporter financially to the entire Republican Party is the NRA.
Yes, Steve.
Period. And that's the America we live in.
Yeah.
So stop saying this ain't our country, because it is.
And the other thing, the way the suspect was arrested. You know,
where he was gracefully walked out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nicely. Yeah. Yeah.
He killed a cop. He killed a police officer.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about the one in Boulder, Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah. So the policing, the way they police us and the way they police them.
I mean, it's just
that's the issue too. Mm-hmm. It's that. It's the gun control and this country, like you said, Steve. This country, this is America, man.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but this is just so sad. I mean, now you can't even go to the grocery store get your shots. You know, I mean,
grocery shop. You can't.
Yeah. For what? Did he kill these people? I mean, why? You know. It's
he's
just
sick.
Yeah, in the head. You have to be.
Hey, y'all, we're in a fallen world, and we have to come to terms with that. And America, this is what America is. A lot of times, we can stop saying it's not because it is. Yeah. And they're not going to change it because of profit.
Yeah. All right. Wow. Our prayers. Coming up at 34 minutes after the hour. Steve, you were on Ellen yesterday. We'll talk about it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All All right, so Steve, you were a very special guest on Ellen DeGeneres yesterday. You did a version of Ask the CLO. Take a listen. I love this. Take a listen.
We have some good questions for you. Liz Chacon, I think. Is that correct, Liz?
How many times should you have sex in a week with your partner?
As many times as you can. We don't know when your time is up. Get it all in. Bang, bang.
You were so funny, Steve.
You were
cracking up. Yeah, you're really good. I loved what you had on. You looked good.
Oh, they yellowed.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It
yeah,
was nice.
Was he
You
clean?
were fly. It was blue cheese.
Yeah. Oh, what? Yes. Why do they call you blue cheese, in case people don't know?
Because I be dressing.
You also talked about Africa, Steve, and how Family Feud, they didn't want you to do it at first, and how it's like the #1 show in Africa right now.
Yeah, and going back to Africa in about 3 weeks to tape the second season in South Africa.
Wow.
God is good. It's a blessing.
All the time.
Was arranged to own the international rights to it, Family Feud, and so I produce it myself. My production company produces it, and against everybody, and it is the #1 show in South Africa.
Yeah,
that's amazing, Steve. I like what you said too. You talked about being in Africa to Ellen. I think we have that sound
the
too,
minority and majority. All right, take a listen.
Being Africa for me, as a 64-year-old, 63-year-old black man, it was the first time in my life where I woke up every morning and I was no longer a minority. And that was the most incredible feeling I've ever had.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, everybody should have that feeling, huh, Steve?
For African Americans, you have to find a way to go to Africa. You will feel a way you've never felt before.
Yeah.
And like I said long time ago, it's like going back home to a place you've never been. It's going home, but to a place you've never been home before. And it's such an exhilarating feeling. And I look forward to it, to not being a minority. And that's not in a racist way. But man, to wake up and not have to factor in
deal with your
that
color.
I'm black today, and I got to watch, because when the police stop you over there, they just stop you. You get your ticket. They don't shoot nobody over there.
Wow.
Black people don't get shot over there when they get stopped. You can go places, you can do things. And Africa, South Africa, Durban, Johannesburg, Botswana, Ghana, Nigeria, all the places I've been, these are booming metropolis cities, man. It's not the picture that they've painted. The restaurants are exquisite. The hotels are really, really baller. It's not what you think. And at the same time, you can go on a safari and it be everything you never thought of. You see animals in their natural habitat. The vastness of Africa is so immense, man. You can't imagine that as far as you can see, it's just animals. What?
Wow.
Man, it's a powerful place to go.
Yeah.
And they are so excited to see you.
Aw.
And they embrace you. And if you say, man, it's good to be home, they hug you. Thank you for coming home. We love you. It's just a beautiful feeling. I wish every African American should go home.
Let me ask you this. Are you as famous over there or more famous than you are here?
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. They have everything. They follow me. They quote motivational speeches. They quote jokes. They know everything. My shows run over there. They quote me. When I came out of the slave castles and I was crying, they were chanting for me.
Oh. Wow.
They found out I was there. Hordes of people came around. We love you, Steve. We love you.
Wow.
I got in the car, started crying.
Crying again.
I know, again.
Twice in a day.
Man.
All right, we're going to move on, switch gears here, because the nephew is coming up with today's prank phone call right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today, and the subject is his ex-wife wants to sleep over. Uh-oh, it's not what you think. It's not what you think. Get your mind out of the gutter. We'll get into it in just a little bit, because right now the nephew is here with today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Neff?
Musty son. Oh. Musty. That's right.
Kids,
That's right.
Tommy.
Your son is musty, okay?
Oh, man.
And we're going to have to discuss it. Cat dog, let's go. Musty son.
Hello?
Hello, I'm trying to reach Vanessa, please.
This is she.
Hi, Vanessa. My name is Robert. I'm the one of the owners. You know my wife, Michelle. We own the daycare.
Yes. How can I help you?
Okay. We've been, I think we've had your son, Malik, probably close to a year now. Am I right?
Yes, you have. Is everything okay?
No, everything is fine. Everything is fine. I don't think we have a problem that we can't clear up. I have a question for you. Have you been noticing anything different about Malik? Like concerning hygiene at all?
Hygiene? No, not that I can recall. What are you talking about?
Okay. How old is Malik?
He's 2.
Okay. Well, we seem to have come across a little glitch here that we're going to try to take care of here at the daycare. Actually, my wife didn't. I told her I would make the phone call and leave her out of it. I know you see her every day. When you drop.
What glitch are you talking about? What is this glitch?
I'm sorry?
Glitch. What is this glitch that you want to talk about? I'm confused.
Okay. Well, actually, what we're having is, it seems like every day here lately for the last 2 months, Malik has been, very musty. He hasn't been really sweaty, but just real musty.
Okay, you clearly have the wrong child, because I give my son a bath every night, and most mornings before he leaves for school, I give him another bath again. So, yeah, I'm pretty positive you have the wrong child.
No, ma'am. Your son is Malik, right? And he's 2 years old. You guys have been here with us right close to a year now, correct?
Yes, and?
Okay, and he's a cute little kid with the curly hair. I know exactly which one he is. So what I'm saying to you is that we are having problems. He's just reeking. He's real musty.
Okay, you know what? My son does not reek. I don't know what child you're talking about, but you're not talking about my child. I just told you I make sure that he gets a bath every night. So that's not my child. My child is very clean.
Okay, well, hang on, Vanessa. What I'm trying to get you to understand is this is why my wife didn't want to call, okay? And I'm glad I'm actually the one that made the call. What we need to do, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to try a little experiment for the next month or so.
Experiment?
I'm sorry?
What do you mean experiment? What kind of experiment?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some male deodorant on him for the next month, and we'll see how it plays out.
No. You're not going to put anything on my child. That's not going to happen.
Okay, well, ma'am, I'm trying to fix the problem here. I just wanted to call.
He doesn't have a problem. I already told you that my son is clean. You're not going to put any on him, and if you do, it's going to be a problem. Do you understand me?
Okay, ma'am, I'm not trying to have an argument with you. What I want you to know is...
Well, I'm not trying to have an argument either, but you're talking about putting deodorant on my child. You crazy? You can't do that. I'm not going to have that happening. Please don't make me have to come back to that school for you and your wife.
Okay, ma'am, listen, we're going to have to do something about your child. Your child is musty, okay? And you're sitting here getting an attitude with me, and I'm trying to let you know your child is musty.
You're talking nonsense. Maybe you're the one that's musty. Maybe you and your wife are musty. My child is not musty. I keep telling you that I bathe him every night. Which part of that don't you understand?
I understand everything that you're saying. Maybe it's the soap. Maybe something is not taking effect. I'm not sure, okay? But
maybe he doesn't smell it right, because I don't know what child you're smelling, but you're not smelling my child.
On him.
You are not using male deodorant on my child. Do I need to come down there for you with the cops and sue your entire establishment? You don't want that to happen. Stay away from my child. Are you crazy? Matter of fact, where's my son?
Ma'am, your son is fine. Your son is in there with the rest of the kids. They're playing. Today is the first day I sprayed a little bit of male deodorant on his arm.
You said what?
See how that worked out.
Okay, so you crazy. Look, Cheryl, can you cover for me for a couple of minutes? I'm bringing my there right now. I'll be there within the hour, because you must be crazy. What do you mean you sprayed my son?
Ma'am, I just sprayed a little bit of deodorant on him just to see if we can...
I didn't give you permission to do that, and I keep telling you that there's nothing wrong with my child, and you took it upon yourself to go and spray my child, and you weren't supposed to do that. Are you crazy? I'm bringing my right now.
Okay, well, what are you coming here for? The boy is... your son Malik is fine. Why are you coming here?
No, he's clearly not fine. If you're going around spraying, why don't you spray because clearly you're smelling and reeking and funky as hell. I ain't give you no to spray my child. child. I'm going to come down there, and I promise you, I'm going to shoot all y'all, because you crazy.
Okay, let me say this, ma'am. Your son is musty. He's been reeking for the last 2 months.
My son is not musty. How many times I got to tell you that he's not musty? You know what? I ain't even trying to hear you, because you clearly crazy. How you go around spraying people's kids? And I was my child. Did you smell the other kids? You know what? I'm about to get in my car and come down there for your ass, because you must be crazy.
Hello? Hello? Oh.
Hello?
Why did you hang up on me? I'm trying to fix the problem, ma'am.
Wait. What the you want? I told you that I'm coming down there. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Once.
But I needed to let you know one more thing that's going on here.
What could you possibly need to let me know? Because I'm on my way to right now.
Where are you now? Are you in your car? Where are you?
I am heading to my car, about to get in my car to come down there for because you must be crazy spraying my child.
Before you get to your car, I need to tell you one more thing about your son, okay?
Please, what you possibly have to tell me?
I want to tell you that this is, listen to me, this is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your girlfriend Cheryl got me to prank phone call you.
What the That's, you know, I'm standing here in the parking lot about to come down there for and that knew exactly what I was about. I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her because I'm thinking, I know my child is musty. I know my child is clean and he don't smell. Ooh, I'm going to get her.
I just talked to her. She said she's right here in her cubicle. You got to call her right now. I said, okay, just chill out. I'm going to call her.
I'm going to get her. You don't know.
Hey, is Malik nice and clean?
Malik is always nice and clean and smelling right. So I don't know what the hell you were talking about. I was like, not my child. He got the wrong child. You were about to get it. You don't even know.
Oh, man. All right, Vanessa, you got to tell me one more thing, baby. What's the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
The one and only Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Come on. Come on.
Okay, man.
2 years
It's what I
old,
do.
musty.
That's what I do.
It's what I do.
Put some male deodorant on him.
She was
I
on her way
sprayed the
down
boy.
there,
He in there playing with the other kids. Everything fine now. The boy good. All right? But the boy been reeking for the last 2 months. Your baby funky. Okay, I'm just telling you.
Ooh, you play too much.
She was on her way down there to that school.
She's serious about Malik.
Yes.
Okay.
You gonna do it, you gotta do it to something that means a lot to them. They kids.
Yeah. You
let
said
me
that like,
switch it.
like you feel good about yourself. You know,
Oh,
like,
did you hear the
about to
relief?
beat your chest
Did you hear the relief?
I heard
Like
you
mission
exhale.
accomplished.
Yeah. I heard you exhale. I did.
All right. Let me slow it down a little bit and let you know that it's going to be sexy April the 2nd. Yes, Ready to Love will be back on the OWN Network, hosted by yours truly, Thomas Miles, nephew Tommy. Ready to Love Houston.
You do realize you don't sound sexy.
I mean, he don't even get it.
Burst that bubble, Steve.
You know,
April the
it sound,
2nd.
you know what it
that
sound
egg.
like? It sound like he ain't showing his bottom row of teeth like he got it back, like he got his bottom mouth pulled back. Just trying to let you know.
He's not.
Yeah.
About to get,
Season 4.
about to get real sexy out there.
No,
Trying to talk like you from Britain or something.
Yeah, like the Earl of Ottingham.
like he on Bridgerton or something.
And then April 16th to the
Duke of
18th, you can
Hastings.
catch me
Yeah.
at the Star
Thank you.
Dome in Birmingham, Alabama.
just laughed.
Thank you so much. You know, I hate it when the ugly people just hating on me. Look at them.
All right, look. Thank you, nephew. I don't know if you got that in. We'll do it at the top with the strawberry letter. That's up next. Subject, his ex-wife wants to sleep over. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And listen, if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter on the air live, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. Did you hear that?
Buckle up, and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Oh, please don't even try it. Subject, his ex-wife wants to sleep over. Dear Steve and Shirley, I've been married for 2 years. When I met my husband 4 years ago, he had just gotten divorced and he was in a bitter custody battle with his ex-wife. His daughter is very sweet and she loves her dad, but the ex-wife is dead set on her not having a relationship with her dad. When we met, he had to limit communication with his ex because she told everybody he kept calling her to work things out and he wanted his family back. I never gave it any of my attention, but it really bothered him. Now he only communicates with her by texting so she can't lie on him. They have joint custody and he pays her child support. She didn't like the amount of child support the judge ordered him to pay, so he pays a little more every month. Nothing he's done makes her happy thus far. Meanwhile, we haven't had his daughter sleep over at our house in 2 years. I thought maybe if I befriended his ex, that would help things out, but she told me not to ever call her phone again. A few months after that, she texted me to say her behavior was uncalled for and we could be cordial. But that didn't last long. She continued to deny visitation to my husband. We want to take his daughter, who's 12 years old now, to South Carolina with us for spring break. His ex-wife said his daughter can't go on a trip with us unless she goes too. Same thing with weekend visits at our house. If the daughter sleeps over, the ex-wife has to come too. I don't want this woman sleeping in my house. My husband said it may be the only way for him to enjoy time with his child. He is ready to seek full custody. What would you do in this situation? Whoa. I don't know, but I think, that's a good place to start, to go ahead and seek full custody, go back to the court. I think your husband is in a horrible position because, despite all the craziness from his ex-wife, he wants to see his baby, bottom line. He doesn't have many options because of this ugly acting woman. She's evil, she's out of line, and she's obviously a miserable, very bitter person. And she's abusing her power and using her daughter, putting her daughter right in the middle, using her as a pawn. And that's just wrong to do children like that. But on the other hand, you, I think, are an angel. I mean, you've been over backwards to be accommodating to this woman. And that says you have love for your husband and for his daughter, your stepdaughter. Your husband is the very opposite of a deadbeat dad. Doesn't fit that stereotype at all. He pays more child support than the court ordered. You can't get a lot of dads to pay even anything, let alone more. So that's good. A father who wants to be a major part of her life. The thing is, your daughter really is old enough to choose for herself what parent she wants to be with. She just can't because she's a minor, and I feel sorry in that regard. Because divorce is so hard on children. I don't even understand why this woman wants to stay in the house. Could it be that she still wants your husband? I would say the answer to that is yes. Does she want to make your lives a living hell because she's so miserable and unhappy? I think that would be a yes, too. But, you got to think about what's best for the child. And right now, until he goes to court, I don't know. Could you guys get 2 hotel rooms? Can you afford that? And, let the wife stay in one and with the child and you and the husband stay in the other one. At least she won't be in your house. I don't know. Maybe this will work out until he can get to the court and fix it. At least he can see his baby. Steve?
I don't really know what to say. This letter kind of stupid to me. I wouldn't even wrote in about this here. Well, you met your husband 4 years ago. The subject is ex-wife wants to sleep over. Sleep over where? Whoa. So this lady is writing this letter, and she's talking about her husband's ex wants to sleep over at their house?
Yeah.
He got divorced, bitter custody battle, daughter sweet, loves her dad. Ex-wife don't want them to have no relationship. They met, had limited communication with his ex because she told everybody he kept calling at work trying to work stuff out because he wanted his family back. She ain't paid no attention, so now he only communicated by text so she can't lie on him. He paid child support. She don't like the amount. He pay more. Don't nothing make her happy. Now, they ain't had his daughter sleep at their house in 2 years. And the reason I'm reading this letter again is because I want you to see how some people use children as pawns to get back at the other party for whatever reason. We don't know why they divorced, but obviously whether it was her fault, but it takes two people to get a divorce.
Yeah.
Somebody may initiate it wrong, but when you get a divorce, two people did something that wasn't cool, one way you handle it or something. So it takes two people to get a divorce. So you thought that you should befriend this crazy heifer.
She tried.
Here's a woman
she tried.
that don't care what her baby think, but you think you gonna get her to start making sense to you? She don't care nothing about you because she don't care nothing about her child. When you use a child as a pawn in the relationship, the damage that you think you're doing to the other party, whatever you're doing to the other party, multiply that by 10 because that's what's happening with the child.
All right, Steve, hold that thought. Okay, we're going to have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Today's Strawberry Letter subject, his ex-wife wants to sleep over. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, come on, let's recap today's Strawberry Letter subject. His ex-wife wants to sleep over. What?
Now, who do that?
Right.
Well, what? First of all, let's be real about this. Everybody finna let you, the ex-wife, stay at this woman's house. Ain't no woman letting her husband's ex-wife sleep over because she demands it.
Yeah.
It would be different if some extenuating circumstances, their house burned down and they needed a place to stay for a couple days. Got that.
Right.
But she won't let the baby come over to y'all's house for 2 years.
And spend the night. Yeah.
And spend the night. The daughter loves the daddy. You try to befriend this crazy woman that don't care nothing about her daughter. So now she said they want to take the daughter, who's 12 years old, to South Carolina with them for spring break.
Yeah.
His wife said his daughter can't go on the trip with us unless she go too. Nobody finna pay for you to come nowhere on spring break.
Right.
His ex-wife said his daughter can't go on the trip with us unless she goes too. Same thing the weekend visit our house. If the daughter sleeps over, the ex-wife has to come too. I don't want this woman sleeping in my house. My husband said it may be the only way for him to enjoy time with his child. He's ready to seek full custody. What do you think of this situation? First of all, sir, you're going to have to find, I know you want to see your daughter, but that ex-wife demanding to sleep over the house, there's no reason that should be the case. You've got to get a lawyer and get unsupervised visits. And you've got to get weekend rights to your daughter. Now, I don't know if they're going to give you full custody because for a court to take a child away from a mother, you have to be an unfit mom. Crazy don't count as unfit.
Well,
because if she's not abusing the daughter, she's just abusing the man, which in turn abusing the daughter. Ain't no court finna do that. But let me tell you why you really can't have this heifer at your house.
Come on, break it
Let's
down
just go over a
all
couple
the
of
way.
things. Let's just start with number one. Sleep over your house. Wake up this crazy heifer standing over you with a butcher knife. That's for starters.
Yep.
Now you walking all in the kitchen, her crazy ass in there making sandwiches. This ain't your house.
Right.
Can't be in here doing this in here. She done bought a load of clothes over. She downstairs washing a load of clothes in your damn laundromat. Don't let this heifer in your house. Knocking on the bathroom door. You in there in the bathroom, she knocking on the door. What's taking you so long? Hurry up.
I need to get in there.
In your house. You in there, she rearranging furniture. I don't like the sofa over here. I want it over here. Sitting up in here. Snatch the remote out your hand, make everybody watch 48 hours. Don't let this crazy heifer in your house.
No.
You go downstairs, she walking around with her bra and panties on talking about what you want. What you want.
Not that.
walking around the house humming.
What's she humming, Steve?
I got a feeling.
What? France?
I got a feeling. I got a feeling. Somebody's trying to sneak in my frat. And there ain't gonna be no like that. Oh, don't let this crazy heifer in your house.
No, ma'am.
Being here lighting candles and stuff. Have a little seance in the living room.
Yeah.
All kind of stuff. Go in that kitchen. She in there got 2 chicken feet in there with a bird beak.
Oh, Lord.
Bird beak.
She's just
Yeah.
too crazy. Yeah. I feel badly for this baby.
Stupid.
Man, but he has to go to court, though.
Yeah, he does.
And work out something and get visitation and weekends. Got to have weekends with your child.
They already have joint custody, though. I mean,
But see, if you can enforce the joint custody. She can't make the rules of the joint custody because the father hasn't been ruled unfit.
right, and he pays.
So he
more
has
than
to
his-
have weekends. He's paying child custody. Child support.
More than
He should have rights and a weekend with his daughter.
He should.
Every
So
other
is
weekend,
it
he should.
without the mama.
I have
Without
a
the
question.
mom.
So is it perhaps maybe spring break is her week, and she doesn't want to give that week up, and that's why she's demanding to go?
No,
She didn't say
this
that,
is
no.
not only the spring break.
It's
the
every
girl ain't
weekend.
been to their house in 2 years.
Yeah.
So this is way beyond the spring break.
It's all
She
the
won't
time.
even let the daughter come to the house to see the man
Right.
Yeah.
because
It's more than that.
she
Y'all
being
right.
funky because she bitter.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And I can't stand when they use the children as pawns and
That's
put
right,
them in the
Shirley.
middle. I
You're
I
hurting
hate
the
that.
child.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
it's
hurting
awful.
this child. She wants to see her dad, and the dad wants to spend time with her. All right,
Without
Steve, thank
you.
All right, post your comments on today's Strawberry
I
Letter
didn't
and
want you
Steve
when
Harvey.
we was married. You know good hell well I don't want you over here now.
Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. Check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand, please. And coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, we'll have Sports Talk with Junior right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, listen up. Junior is here with Sports Talk. What you got, Junior?
Okay, Brooklyn Nets NBA star Kyrie Irving had the perfect response to this sports reporter's question. He asked Kyrie if he wants to change the perception of himself. Take a listen.
That's another root of human struggle, worrying about other people's perceptions about who you are. Like, why would you ever care about that, you know? And I think that I fell victim to that in my past of worrying about things that I can't control. You know, if the people understood what words could do to a human being, especially where we are in today's society, then they wouldn't be invested in that. So I'm not here to dispel anything. You can continue to ask other people around me about what they think about me and continue to write about mood swings. Like, you know, human beings have mood swings. Like, you go home and you're not happy with things, or you're mad at something or you're happy. That's a mood swing. It's okay to be human. Like, I don't have to be perfect for anyone here, nor do I have to be perfect for the public. So I'm not here to dispel any perception. I'm just here to be myself.
Go ahead.
Woo, I love that. I
Go
love
ahead,
that
boy.
so
I
much.
ain't mad at you, dog.
Yes.
No, I get paid to play basketball. That's what I do.
Yeah.
See, that's way better than my response because I like a nice, short kiss my ass, and then I'm done with it.
That's your sound bite.
It's amazing how he took the time to write that whole paragraph out like
Yeah.
that.
I like this.
Congratulations, brother.
Very good.
Let me try that. Let's try it right now. Ms. Harvey, your perception of people, do you think you need to change that?
Well, you know, based on
Perception of
the,
himself.
Well, yeah, the people's perception of you.
Would you
well, based
think
on
you
the
need to change that?
dissertation that was just performed by Mr. Kyrie Irving of the Brooklyn Nets, I chose to go about it a much simpler way. Would just like to say to the following group of people: the media, social media, the press, haters, and all my exes. There's a center point
Okay. Thank you. Press conference is
dark,
over.
sweaty wheels of my body.
Junior,
That whole area there is open to anybody of mine that's got a problem with how I'm is.
Would you
I
really?
just wanted to say that.
What though?
That's how I'm is.
Are you correcting him? Oh, really?
That's just how I just want everybody to feel about me and Kyrie.
You not doing the Kyrie thing. You do your own thing.
No,
I got you.
I'm going to be very descriptive about what I want you to do. Pucker up.
Oh, never mind.
Take a deep breath.
No,
You're going to need to hold
press
it.
conference is over.
It's been over, Junior.
I love it.
Okay.
Thank you.
For nothing.
We'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning
everything.
Show coming up right
My
after this.
response was
Crazy.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, guys, it is spring break time. People who thought they were going to enjoy all day, all night parties in Miami Beach for spring break, they're getting shut down in a big, big way, okay? In a situation that Mayor Dan Gelber says has gotten chaotic, he's extending curfews to curb rowdy spring break crowds. From now until April 12th, an overnight curfew will be in effect, which means everyone needs to be off the streets by 8 p.m. Officials say it's gotten so bad. Yeah, 8 p.m.
That's early.
Yeah, that's very early.
It's still light.
Yeah, and it's still light, right? It's gotten so bad that Miami Beach had to declare a state of emergency Saturday night because of the large crowds descending on the city. Not only that, police had to use pepper spray balls against groups of partiers to get them to disperse. Meanwhile, Florida is one of the leading states now with a surge of variant cases in the U.S. COVID cases. They're on the rise in over 25 states, while health officials warn against reopening too quickly. So now you have
They're
this.
using pepper spray on these kids
Pepper spray balls,
who are unruly during spring break. I used to like partying in college, but I don't know if you've ever been around tear gas. It's hard to dance when tear gas is in that room. It's really, really hard to dance, keep your rhythm. You know, you
That's
can't
horrible.
catch it.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense. But you know what? I was looking at this footage, man. Ain't nobody got a mask on down there.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
It's
Nobody,
out of control.
man. The inconsideration that some of these young people have, like they had this one white kid on TV, it just happened to be white, I'm just telling you. He said, hey, we don't have to buy into this whole COVID thing.
Yeah. They're
Wait a
still
minute.
saying it's a hoax.
Boy, what?
Some people.
Yes.
Yeah.
They still, some of them still believe
This
that
country,
shit.
man, we should still be under mandatory mask
Yeah.
until they get the
mandates.
masses vaccinated if that's what they're going to do. I'm telling you, man, this makes no sense at all. But we're so free, we're too free. The countries that have this thing under control, mandatory mask.
How is that a problem to put a mask on?
Because
what is the
Donald Trump
problem?
told the Republicans not to.
That's
And
really
they
where
don't need
all
it.
this stems
And
from.
these little ignorant states with these Republic governors lifting the mask and lifting the bans.
Yeah.
I understand opening restaurants and stuff because you got to get the economy back. I got that.
Yes.
But let them do the social distancing. Let them do the spaced out seating. Have some outdoor seating and stuff like that. I got that. Let the economy open. Let these businesses have a chance to survive. But you got to wear a mask and you got to social
guess what,
distance.
Steve?
No
the
one
people at
wants
the
to wear a
restaurant, the
mask.
people that work at the restaurant are wearing masks.
Yeah.
Right.
They
And nobody-
refuse they refuse to side with the governor. They putting their mask on.
That's right.
That's right. But it's
And
the
no one
smart
wants
way
to
to be.
wear a mask. It's no fun, but to keep yourself healthy and others healthy, why wouldn't you want to do that?
It's going to be another year and a half for these masks.
I believe that. I really
Yeah.
believe that.
I'm with you.
Because we can't stop.
Yeah.
We won't
Every
do
time
the
it
right
goes-
thing consistently long
Yeah.
enough.
Right. Every time it
That's
goes
true.
down, the numbers
time
go
it goes
down.
down. Yeah.
Then there's spring break and people while out, or
Right.
and they spread these super spreaders. Especially summer.
And if you owned a place of business, wouldn't you want your people wearing masks? 'Cause hell, if they catch it, they can't come to work. You need them.
Yeah. And you have
I mean,
a
it
right
just
as a
makes
business
sense.
owner to
It just
refuse
makes
to
sense.
service people. You say no shirt, no service, no shoes, no service. They
shoe-
have a
yeah,
right
no
to
shoes,
say
no shirt,
no
no service.
mask, no service. They have a
But
right
you
to
got
protect
customers coming in
themselves.
clowning behind that now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
The mask is a hoax. I'll never eat at this restaurant again.
Well,
Okay.
go on then.
Bye.
Well,
Bye.
You ain't gonna be eating long nowhere. Your ass ain't got no mask.
You get that mask on.
You're going to be on the ventilator. Don't worry about it.
Real hard to chew on that ventilator.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
This is so ridiculous. I mean, let's try to work together to rid ourselves of this pandemic. Let's try. Why can't, Lord.
They just won't do right now. We got violence and mass shootings.
All right, listen, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. It's exhausting. It's still exhausting. Coming up in 20 minutes right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Another breakup to report. Comedian Gary Owen, we all know him. Well, his wife, Kenya Duke, has filed for divorce. She's ending their 18-year marriage. Yeah, they have 3 adult kids. Yeah, you guys are comedians, so you know Gary. Yeah,
You're funny as all get out, man.
A lot of his comedy was about his wife. The fact that he was married to a black wife, and
He needed
Going to
a
the
new
black
whole
church
new act,
and all of that.
but everybody was asking why. No one knew why they divorced, and I got to tell you, there are rumors swirling around that Gary cheated, and she's not having it. All right,
the wife, Kenya.
Yeah. She tweeted that, when she met Gary, he didn't have anything, a broke down car and, good credit, no place to live, all of that.
She threw that in there?
Yeah, she did. She knows who it is. She says, you all know who Claudia Jordan is, the beautiful Claudia Jordan. It's Claudia Jordan's friend. So one of her hashtags was not Claudia Jordan, hashtag not Claudia Jordan, hashtag Claudia's friend. Another hashtag was hashtag no white women involved. Because there were other rumors saying that he left her for a white woman or something.
Was she clapping when she did all this, Shirley? Was she clapping at the time?
She was tweeting. She was tweeting. Yeah.
No white women involved.
Yeah. So I mean, that's sad news, and I don't know. 18 years of marriage, yeah.
Kenya about that life, though, it sounds
Yes, she is. All right, we'll be back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 33 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, yesterday, here we go again. A man in Boulder, Colorado, walked into a grocery store and just started shooting. Some people were there to get their COVID vaccinations, and this is just such a sad story because you can tell this country is opening back up, and just here we go again, starting off with mass shootings. Multiple people were killed, including a police officer. I don't know what to do. I mean, every time this happens, we talk about changing the gun laws. Nothing ever gets done. We definitely need stricter federal gun laws. We need them now. We need to expand background checks on gun sales. Now, remember last week, the gunman in the spa killings, that mass shooting in Atlanta, he purchased his gun on the very same day. I mean, when is it going to stop?
We will never change this in this country because the NRA makes too much money selling weapons. They will not stop selling the weapons because they are not going to reduce their profit line to create safety in this country.
Peace.
Until something happens to their children and their family members, they see no reason to stop the profits. And you owe all of this to that amendment in the Constitution that says we have the right to bear arms. And these people in the Republican Party are committed to that. And they have to be committed to it because the number one supporter financially to the entire Republican Party is the NRA.
Yes, Steve.
Period. And that's the America we live in.
Yeah.
So stop saying this ain't our country, because it is.
And the other thing, the way the suspect was arrested. You know,
where he was gracefully walked out.
Nicely. Yeah.
Yeah. He killed a cop. He killed a police officer.
You're talking about the one in Boulder,
people.
Colorado. Yeah.
So the policing, the way they police us and the way they police them.
I mean, it's just
that's the issue too. It's that, it's the gun control, and this country, like you said, Steve, this country, this is America, man.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. But this is just so sad. I mean, now you can't even go to the grocery store, get your shots. You know, I mean...
Grocery shop. You can't.
Yeah. Yeah. For what? Did he kill these people? I mean, why? You know. It's
he's
just
sick.
Yeah, in the head. You have to be to
Hey,
do
y'all,
something like this.
we're in a fallen world.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to come to terms with that. And America, this is what America is. A lot of times. We can stop saying it's not, because it is.
Yeah.
And they're not going to change it because of profit.
Yeah. All right. Wow. Our prayers. Coming up, it is our last break of the day. And of course, we'll have some closing remarks from the one and only Steve Harvey right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, here we are, our last break of the day on this Tuesday. Wow. Praying for the people in Boulder, Colorado, of course. And also, Junior, a sports story you didn't get to.
Uncle, I got to tell you this, man. Elgin Baylor passed, man. So we just want to send our condolences out to his family. Elgin Baylor.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
Passed away from natural
great
causes.
ballers, boy.
Yeah,
Oof.
man.
I had Elgin Baylor on my sneakers when I was a little boy.
Really?
What?
Elgin Baylor.
Before Air Jordans and all of that. Wow.
Hell yeah. Mike was late for me. Oh, man. That was Elgin Baylor. I had Elgin Baylor on my shoes. Mm-hmm. I had Lou Alcindor. Then he changed his name to Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had Connie Hawkins. I had Connie Hawkins, Elgin Baylor, Lou Alcindor, and Kareem. Same. I only had 3 people on my sneakers, man.
I don't know who Connie Hawkins.
Connie Hawkins from the Phoenix Suns, boy, with the finger roll. Woo, I wanted that shot more than anything. If I could finger roll like Connie Hawkins.
Yeah.
Boy,
Finger, Shirley. F-A-N-G-E-R.
I think it is, because he said it twice. I'm convinced now.
Man.
Yeah, so our condolences go out to the family of Elgin Baylor.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Lakers organization, fans, NBA fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Legend, legacy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Oof.
Yeah.
I've seen
You've seen a lot of players, huh?
all the great eras. I've seen all the great players that they talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that George Lake and that was before me, the little peach baskets and all that. I wasn't here for that. But anybody that they talked about that they considered great, Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell.
Yes, sir.
Oscar Robertson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oscar Robertson, Bobby Dandridge, and Junior Bridgman, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lou Alcindor came.
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
He won a championship there, too.
Boy.
Basketball, huh?
Boy. Yeah. Trying to tell you. And you know, man, I've been listening to this debate. Everybody's trying to debate who's the greatest between Michael Jordan and LeBron James. And you know what I've come to terms, because there's so much greatness in both of these, I just started saying it's just the 2 greatest basketball players of their era.
Right.
Because this dude, Jordan, changed basketball forever. There's no Jordan, there is no LeBron, there is no Kobe. You know, and so I just think that dude changed the way the game was. But LeBron, when you take a dude that every city he go to win a title, you got to say, wait a minute, man, what?
Yeah.
And then
3 different cities, man.
His social consciousness
That's
is
what I love.
crazy.
You're right.
Yeah.
This dude is crazy in the community, in the culture.
Yes.
This dude about it, man. And then to be playing basketball as long as he has. See, he's older than Jordan.
Right. At the level.
And he played the game, been playing the game longer than Jordan. And at this level here, oh, LeBron ain't no joke. Now, with all that said, that damn Michael Jordan.
It's still Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
It's nothing you can say. You can't take nothing from him. He got 6 rings.
Yeah.
But that boy he changed international basketball. And people used to get on Jordan about talking about he wasn't socially relevant and involved. He was, but he was born for a different purpose. He was born to usher basketball into the international level. That was his calling.
And he was clear on that. Yeah.
And then he became a businessman, and now he does some incredible stuff. But he's always been doing stuff with his Jump Foundation. Yeah. People just never really gave him that due. It's just LeBron is out there with it.
Yeah.
So greatness right there.
Unapologetic.
What about Dr. J, Julius Irving?
One of the great basketball players, man. Played in the ABA, came to the NBA. See, it used to be an ABA. That was a red, white, and blue ball. When he came over to the NBA, that was it. Because he was in the ABA clowning. They said, when he come to the NBA, he won't what?
He did it. And he did it.
If he come to the NBA, he won't what? Came to the NBA and did all that plus some. It was just some great players, man. I've been very fortunate. My life, man, I grew up in a great time because I think I saw the best entertainers and I've seen the best athletes. Muhammad Ali, when he lost to Frazier in 71 at Madison Square Garden, and we went to school next day, they sent everybody home.
What do you mean? Why?
Because we were so sad. The teachers were sad. The students were sad.
He meant that much. You saying he just meant that much?
No, they sent us, y'all go home. Ain't nobody studying, you know. No, Ali lost to Frazier.
Yeah. You got to watch One Night in Miami, Steve.
Yeah.
You got to watch that.
Haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
You know,
I did watch something, though. What did I watch?
Did you guys see Last Chance U? Have you seen that?
I watched
I love that
series.
Carl, I love that.
I watched the whole
about the
series.
new basketball series?
Yes.
I saw the L.A. College.
Yeah, East L.A. College.
East L.A. College, ELAC.
Yeah.
Great
good.
series on Netflix. Really good series.
I watched that whole series. It was really good.
It's about JC
My husband
basketball.
and I watched it.
Yeah. They coach crazy.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. Good show.
We love crazy on
God,
the show.
I love these crazy coaches.
We love crazy.
Scan these kids. But he make them into great men, though.
Yeah. Well, y'all, it was a great show. Listen, y'all have a great day. Thank y'all for joining us. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey, don't forget, everybody, talk to God. He'd love to hear from you. Don't matter if you ain't talked to him in a while. He's real understanding about that. All right? We'll see y'all tomorrow.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.